Green Central Station coming to the Iowa Board of Pharmacy. September 28th, another meeting.
Morning.
If you'll allow me, yes,
Signing in, Iowa Board of Pharmacy, Green Central Station, bringing it. Resume for Saint Michael.
but it's not legal to take another 15 to 20 years. What do I do in the meantime? I have my two doctors have told me there's nothing they can give me for my chronic nausea control due to diabetes which means paralyzed stomach. Cannabis is the only thing that relieves chronic nausea or any kind of nausea. It does it immediately, and it does it safely.
It keeps me alive. I have multiple sclerosis. I don't take FDA prescription pain drugs. Or, I don't want to slow my life down. I want to live longer, provide for my family. And you people are wrong.
Really?
It's ridiculous.
1910 Mexican Revolution, the Mexicans were flooding the southwest of the United States, and our government wanted to stop that. So making that illegal.
The reasons are illegal are immoral.
Making marijuana.
We're going to go to request, which is the first on that list, is petition for medical marijuana rulemaking, and for everybody at the table, that's
Just refresh the board's recollection. The board had a petition relating to rulemaking for medical marijuana. The petition was very specific and provided a specific set of rules that were requested for adoption. So what was before the board was to review a very specific set of proposed administrative rules relating to medical use of marijuana.
okay. Any other board members want to have any discussion about what we've received in the packets and on the disc this month, as far as anything you want to point out?
Well, just that the information that you all received for this board meeting, a lot of additional input on the medical marijuana issue, and this time we received a lot of comment from law enforcement, and so that has been provided to you. And then, of course, you have a draft order, which would make a decision on this petition, and so if board members have any questions or comments they want to make about that, they should do that at this point.
And those would be my two big objections to this petition.
I find myself a little bit discouraged that when we did the hearing process and we asked for information input, we got a tremendous amount of information from medical marijuana proponents. We heard basically nothing from law enforcement, and I'm wondering, from law enforcement, from treatment, the anti-medical marijuana, the anti-marijuana people, if you will. And I'm wondering what it is about July of 2010 that all of a sudden this became an issue. Now, it probably saves some pushing and shoving and shouting matches at the hearings that we conducted. But there were many ways for the public, various entities to provide information. We got a tremendous number of emails, we got a tremendous number of letters. And it would have been very, very helpful if we had seen both sides after we did that information do find myself agreeing with Sue that I like the denial the way it's written. I do still believe that whole process is much more involved than one segment of public good, one segment being for the pharmacy, and I still think it's a legislative issue. I understand them not wanting to deal with it in this kind of financial environment. I understand them not wanting to deal with it before an election, but I still think it needs to be reviewed by the legislature.
I would have to concur. Oh,
I, like Mark, was, found it very curious because, unleashing of opinions and strongly held positions from law enforcement and treatment people, the, original motivation for the statewide hearing was the fact that we have the opportunity as a publicly appointed board, not elected, to hear from a variety of perspectives and points of view. It was very gratifying, the tone that occurred at the hearing. There were people who objected to it. There were people who were for it. But the level of discourse was amazingly civil in this day and age of total intolerance for anyone who disagrees with one's position. It was very disappointing to me, and I found it very curious at the time, especially the lack of law enforcement input. And I don't know if that was orchestrated, if that was by design, how it happened. I also found it curious in the significant number of emails and letters that we received, the similarity of language, the repetition of exact phrases and sentences in the letters, which indicates to me this was not a spontaneous uprising of law enforcement perspective. And I don't know who orchestrated it. I certainly think that law enforcement is a very, very major component in this discussion. There is still public confusion. The discussion of medical marijuana means legalization of marijuana. There's a great concern from this body that medical marijuana be a highly structured system, that it not be for anyone who can face an illness, as that was the phrase law enforcement letters used repeatedly, that anyone could face an illness and the doctor to write the recommendation. So there are a number of things I'm finding really very curious. I agree with Susan in terms of this petition. We are an appointed body. We are not elected officials. I don't think we should be writing law.
I just have a couple of comments. I really do truthfully believe that as these rules are written, that they go beyond the scope of what we are authorized to do at this stage of the game. I also think that I'm very disappointed given the fact that these kind of programs have been established in other states and have not gone well in any state, that the legislature has not taken the responsibility. I don't believe that it's the responsibility of any one board. This board has the responsibility to protect the public health as it relates to regulation of pharmacy. This whole topic has to do with a lot more than pharmacy. It has to do with medicine. It has to do with law enforcement. It has to do with all kinds of people who are involved out there. It goes way beyond our scope. Legislature, as the elected representatives of the people, need to speak up and find out what the people of Iowa want to do with this thing. It's their responsibility for that.
guess I have to reiterate what everybody else has said, that I don't think any one board or any one entity should be the one making the rules and setting the parameters.
Patients who would be using marijuana for medical purposes. Also, there's concern that we don't have a definition of what a medical use, what an appropriate medical use for marijuana is or are. And I don't think that we can do that, even begin to do that without collaborative discussion along, with medicine. All else, I cannot stress enough. And then I think above all, how important it is that the legislature deal with this issue. Now, it is very easy to try to.
Hey, Jimmy. You a catch that? Nice to see you. All right, Johnny Reed, proceed in the house. Iowa Board of Pharmacy. Lakers, I represent an internet radio show called Green Central Station in Normal 515 Des Moines, Iowa. I'm a medical marijuana patient. I have multiple sclerosis. I've been campaigning for medical marijuana reform since 2004.
So what happened to it?
Well, basically, they're trying to determine when or if they can do actual rules. They're denying Carl's petition, basically.
And that would have been the first step towards allowing medical marijuana.
Yeah, establishing a program, and one really has to be established. One thing that was brought up was a lot of people that are in opposition are now showing up, and when they didn't show up, last fall when we had 4 public hearings in 4 cities across the state of Iowa that I participated in, all of them, none of those people took the time to come out then. And now they're all taking the time to come out to be against medical marijuana. And we find that upsetting. So the board members found it upsetting too.
So you're upset because of what?
Well, I'm upset that they just can't, make a human decision that benefits people's lives, like myself. I'm living proof. It keeps me mobile, and so are all the patients that took the time to come out today and all last fall. People canes in wheelchairs, coming out to testify. And I have a lot of people that I've met along the way with multiple sclerosis that use marijuana daily against the laws of the state of Iowa. And they've come forward to me.
So you just like to be treated less like a criminal and more like a patient? Is that your message?
I want to be treated like a human. It's a moral issue. And jailing people for, nonviolent adults or nonviolent adults who have a medical condition should not go to jail for marijuana. That's not a healthy place to be. Any doctor will tell you that.
The commissioners were talking about they want a few more safeguards than, for example, like in California, that you have a continuing relationship with medical supervisor or medical supervision. Is that okay with you?
Well, you first must have to ask yourself, does the doctor tell you that it's when you need to go to Walgreens to get some over-the-counter medication? Do you have to go back and check with the doctor when they send you for over-the-counter medication?
So you're comparing the OTC, over-the-counter,
Yeah,
not something like
there's many over-the-counter
prescription.
There's many over-the-counter medications that are more dangerous than marijuana.
But
That's a fact.
right. But they're trying to make it available by prescription only. So
By doctor's recommendation. That's where we have to get the verbiage straight. It's a doctor's recommendation, just like the doctor would recommend you getting some ginseng or a natural root to benefit your health. Medical marijuana is safe, natural medicine.
okay. So what's next for you guys?